Yesterday, Hypixel Skyblock rolled out a extremely large overhaul for the enchanting skill. This includes brand new enchants, level requirements, experimentation table, as well as many other things that I'm going to try to cover a few of those things today. The main thing that we're going to be looking at today is some of the brand new enchants that were added and my first thoughts of them at first glance. Obviously, I want to do some more better tests with them in the future, so make sure you guys are subscribed with notifications on so you guys are up to date for when I decide to do some of those comparisons. Also, the experimentation table is a brand new way to get tons of XP, and we're going to be taking a look at that today as well. Before we talk about the enchanting overhaul though, I appreciate everyone who has been subscribing as of late. We just hit 59,000 subscribers, so if you're not subscribed yet, consider doing so. We're so close to 60k. Before we go any further, I need you to take all the knowledge that you had about enchanting here on Hypixel Skyblock, whether it be anvil uses, how you enchant, how to make god books. I need you to take all that information and completely throw it out the window because it's been completely overhauled and in my opinion for the better. You can now decide which enchant you want to combine and when you want to combine it. Not only that, but you can take enchants off your items, which is actually insane. So it's a really good idea though, because there's 7 brand new enchants that you're going to want to consider for your items in the near future. And so the fact that you can take off the conflicting ones is a very big deal and very cool in my opinion. Before we talk about the experimentation table, I want to talk about the enchantment table and the brand new enchants that were recently added. So before this overhaul was added, you would stand here with stacks of grand XP balls, as well as a bunch of books in your inventory, and you would simply right click back and forth. That is no longer. You can still use that method, but you can only get 500,000 enchanting XP per day by doing that. Basically what they did to the enchantment table is they made it better. They made it a lot better. A lot of things that they had were bookshelf power, so you can get higher level enchants, and then they also added an entire guide on every single enchant you can get and how to get it. So for example, let's take a look at Protection 7. You can enchant this through the enchantment table and the iron collection by crafting it for levels 1 through 5. You can get level 6 through the Dark Auction, and level 7 was originally through Scorpius, the mayor, when they were elected in the Dark Auction. Now you can get some of these enchants that are a lot harder to find through experiments, and that's where the experimentation table is going to come in a little bit here. But they basically added it so that you can get every hard to get enchant, like from Scorpius or tier 7s of upgraded ones, through experiments. There's so many enchantments you can get through it now, it's actually ridiculous. So today we're only going to be talking about the brand new enchants. I'll go back through maybe in the future and we can take a look at the new upgrades to different enchants. For example, Frostwalker 2, that wasn't a thing before. Luck 7, I believe only went up to 6. Snipe 3 now goes up to Snipe 4 through experiments. So almost every single enchant has been buffed by a level. Even Cleave, for God's sake. Cleave 6. I never thought I'd see the day where I see a Cleave 6. But nonetheless, it now exists. So yeah, quickly let's go over the brand new enchants. The first new enchant that we're going to be looking at is Chance. Chance is the looting of your bow. It increases the chance of the monster dropping an item by 75%, and it's applicable to the bows. So as you can see here, levels 1 through 3 of Chance can be achieved through the enchantment table and experiments, and level 4 through 5 can only be found in experiments. So that's why it's important to make sure you do your experiments every day, because there are so many new enchants in different levels. For example, Ender Slayer 7, you can only get that through experiments. So even though you, not that a lot of you are enchanting 60 already, because they already added up to enchanting 60, but every single day you should be making sure that you go through and do your experiments, because there's so many good books that you're going to be able to try and find, and it's going to be a really good money making method when the auction house is back open. So Chance, the looting of your bow. Next up, we have Siphon. Siphon conflicts with Lifesteal because they have very similar traits. In my first glance opinion, I believe that Siphon is a little bit better. It's going to be interesting to see as some of the hard, the grinders of this server go ahead and test out which one's actually better. But Siphon here heals for 0.6% of the damage you deal on critical hits. The reason why I believe it's better than Lifesteal is because Lifesteal only does 0.5% and not on crits. But the reason I say this is better is because most hits I get are crits, so I don't think it's going to be too much of a difference. So I believe that Siphon is going to be the way to go, but it's a new challenger for Lifesteal, and as you can see here, levels 1 through 3, enchantment table and experiments, levels 4 and 5, experiments. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how easy it is to get that one. Next up, we have Triple Strike 5. It increases your melee damage dealt by 50% for the first 3 hits on a mob. I believe this could be better because you're targeting one mob compared to First Strike. And yeah, so it conflicts with First Strike because they have similar abilities, but as I said, over the next coming days, as we see people who test these, I'll have a better idea on which ones are actually better. Also, with the previous enchants, experiments can find level 4s and 5 of this enchant, and levels 1 through 3 can be found in the enchantment table or experiments. Thunderbolt 6 strikes monsters within 2 blocks with lightning every 3 consecutive hits, dealing 90% of your strength as damage. So this enchant conflicts with Thunderlord. In my opinion, Thunderlord is still better. Thunderlord got a huge buff with this update, going from 50% damage to 150% damage. So I believe that Thunderlord is still going to be better, but it's cool to see that there's another option. And as you can see here, same way with the experiments, level 6 of this enchant can only be found in experiments. And overall, I'm going to be curious if it has any practicality anywhere, because as you can see, Thunderlord strike a monster with lightning every 3 consecutive hits, dealing 150% of your strength as damage. So it's pretty clear to see which one's better, but maybe I could be wrong and there's something there that I just don't understand. But nonetheless, I do believe that Thunderlord is better than the new enchant. Next up, we have Respite 5. This enchant increases your natural regeneration by 25% while out of combat. So this is actually really good. It basically means you're constantly going to be regenning, and it conflicts with Rejuvenate. So I don't have Rejuvenate pulled up right now, and to be honest, Rejuvenate's already really good, so I have to go back and look to see if Respite is better, and it's a little hard to try and find the enchants here on this list, so I'm going to have to go back later, but you can only find Respite through experiments, and it can go on armor. I have to be enchanting level 23 to get it, so it's going to be really curious to see which one's better there. If you already know at the time you're watching this video, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm recording this right after the update. Next, we have Prosecute 6, which increases damage dealt by 0.6% for each percent of health your target has, up to 35% damage. So this enchant goes on your sword, replaces Execute, the same as Respite. I'm not sure which one's better yet. We're going to have to do an in-depth view maybe in a future video, but overall it looks pretty cool. As I said before, level 6, experiments only, so it's going to be important to do those. Next up, we have Titan Killer 7. So this one's interesting because it conflicts with Giant Killer, which is one of the biggest staples when it comes to a sword. So Titan Killer, though, increases damage dealt by 14% for every 100 defense your target has, up to 50%. So this could actually be huge. If you're fighting a very tanky mob, you can do up to 50% more damage against it, which is kind of ridiculous when you really think about it that way. Also, as you can see, experiments goes up to level 7. It's going to be really interesting to see some comparisons to see which one's better. I believe I just saw XZap upload one, so if that's already up and I read that title right, go ahead and check out his video. I believe he did a comparison on Giant Killer versus Titan Killer, so that video might be worth a watch. On top of all the brand new enchants, every single enchant in the game now has a level requirement. As you can see, if you go through every single level, you can see enchants that are being unlocked. As you can see in some of these early levels, you gain a lot of enchants as you go. Ultimate Jerry holding you down at enchanting level 18. They have put a little bit of a cooldown for when this kicks in, though. You have 2 weeks to try and get your enchanting level up before these requirements actually kick in. So if you're someone who uses Legion on your armor, make sure you're enchanting level 34 within the next 2 weeks. Otherwise, you can't even use those enchants. One of the best additions in this update, in my opinion, is combining books together doesn't cost any XP. It costs 0 XP levels. So as you can see here, if I wanted to add this Spiked Hook 6 onto my rod, it would cost me 68 levels. If I wanted to add this Angler 6 onto my rod, it would cost 68 levels. That's a lot of levels when you have about 10 to 12 different fishing books that you want to try and add on. You can easily, though, add them together, and it'll only cost 87 levels to apply after this for 0 XP levels. Just like so. That cost me absolutely nothing, and I can keep on adding books forever, no anvil uses, and then I will only have one final apply cost at the very end. I think this is a very good change and very needed. The experimentation table is a huge part of this update, so in a second we're going to go into how that works. But for those of you who don't know the recipe yet, in the enchanting recipe book, there's the experimentation table. This is very cheap. 1 experience bottle, which is 6 lapis in a glass bottle, as well as 8 oak logs, and you can craft this table for yourself. So make sure you craft this and start using it on a daily basis. Make this thing your best friend, okay? So one of the new things that was also added besides the brand new enchants is the experimentation table, if I haven't already talked about this. Basically, you can do this thing 3 times a day, and you get ridiculous amounts of enchanting XP on it. There is a solver right now. It is used at your own risk from what I've heard. I've heard some people say that Doctor said it was okay. So I might be doing something that in the future is bannable. At the time recording this, it's not. So if I get banned, this is why, probably, because of this little solver thing. I'm going to cap myself out at spots where I think I would be able to go to, but just wanted to say that beforehand as a little bit of a preface, just in case. So Please use it at your own risk. There's a solver for the experimentation table, and you guys are going to see that in a second here. So this is my third renewment of the experimentation table today. And so we need to do the ultra sequencer and the chronometron. Yeah, that's English. Anyways, we're going to do this one. I'm enchanting level 37, I believe, so I can only do the level 31. Soon I'll be able to do this one, but right now we're on this. So basically what you do here is you match the numbers. And as you can see with the solver, it shows you where they are. So yes, it is. I don't know how I feel about the solver. If you have it installed, please use it at your own risk. From what I've heard, though, I've heard a lot of people tell me that Doctor said it was okay. I've DM'd Doctor myself trying to reach out to him before I recorded this video because I wanted to know, but like thousands of people are already using the solver, so it's almost a disadvantage if I don't use it myself. So I have decided to take that risk today for today's video. For those of you who are wondering where to get the solver, it is Skyblock Extras, and so you have to find the Discord for that, and you pay $5 and you get access to the mod. So yeah, use that at your own risk. But here we are, obviously very tough mind game stuff here. I believe it's not going to be bannable though, just because I think they capped how many extra spots you get when you're pairing, and you guys will see that part in a second here. So as you can see, 65,000 enchanting XP and 3 super pair clicks. So we're going to claim those right there. And now we're on to this one right here. I'm now past enchanting 35, so I can do this one. It says 9 pairs, you get +2, so I'm going to go to 9 because I want to get those pairs. But as you can see here as well, memory game, and it just tells you where to click, just like so. So it's quite a cheat, I'm not gonna lie. But so I don't know what's gonna happen with it. 40.5k enchanting XP and 2 super pair clicks. So now these super pairs. This is where you can get some really good stuff. As you can see through the different tiers here, you can get tier 5 to tier 6 books. There's also some tier 7 books you can get in here, and overall just some insane stuff. And so I'm hoping that add-ons are doubled when you use this one here. It costs 350 levels to start that one though, so that's a little crazy, but I don't know. Oh, I don't want to use my Titanic. Okay, we're gonna go to the bazaar. We're gonna buy a couple of grands. Grands are so expensive right now. They are so expensive. I just need like 5, I think. Hopefully I'm not wrong with that. I'll buy 6. But look how it's 51k for 6 grand XP balls, which is just unreal. I used like a greater backpack of XP balls already on enchanting while Derpy's been elected, and I can't even I wish I still had them because I'd sell them and make tons of money. But as you can see here with the pairer as well, after you've clicked on it, it shows you where those were, which is a little cheaty, but I don't know. It's one of those things. Oh, we got an instant click. Okay, there we go. Piercing 1. What a good instant click. Was this one 120k as well? It wasn't. But as you can see, this is what we're getting. 641k XP, and we found 4 pairs and a piercing 1 book, which I'll take, I guess. But there we go. Enchanting 38. It's insane because and a half. I went up like a full level there. My Guardian's now level 5 as well. What's great about the Guardian is plus almost 30% enchanting EXP, which is just unreal, especially when you're getting so much at a time through this table. So it's really insane. We leveled up, as you can see, got a piercing 1 book, and it also shows the apply cost on it. I think I'm just going to sell that to the trades menu because I can easily craft piercing 1. Nothing new, nothing crazy, but yeah, that's the experimentation table. It's pretty insane. So there you have it. There's a lot more things in this update I was not able to cover, so make sure you guys go over to the hypixel.net forums and take a look at the update for yourself. Nonetheless, that's going to be it for me today. Let me know in the comment section down below what new enchants or something you'd like me to try out from this update. I would love to do that for a separate video. Let me know about it soon, and maybe I can even get it out for you guys tomorrow. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all the support. And leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here. And join my Discord because there's a lot of stuff going on over there. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, take care.